Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who do not know, we talk about all things, how we can get healthier, how we can motivate each other, share recipes. We're going to be doing some exercises together. And I'm on my healthy lifestyle journey. I'm into week number maybe 6, 7, maybe even 8. I'm not keeping count. But I am actually making some changes in my life, and I thought I'd take you guys along with me, and you can share your journey with me also. But today we're talking about ways that you are sabotaging your diet. You mean you actually can do things to mess your own self up? Yep. Spoken like a true person has done it, right? That's me. So many times when you think about dieting and sabotaging your own self and your diet, we do it. We do it without realizing it. So today I'm gonna give you a few tips or a few things to think about where you can ask yourself, am I actually sabotaging myself and I didn't even realize it? Okay, so the first one is for those who do not know, I'm on Weight Watchers. And Weight Watchers allows me the point plan that I've chosen to have 0 points on my fruit. So one thing I had to think about for myself was, am I eating too much fruit? I was eating a couple oranges one night because they were so little I wanted to. And I was eating those oranges, and next thing I knew, my blood sugar had raised. I could feel my chest going boop, 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 boop. And I said to myself, well, they're oranges for goodness sake, but the sugar content. So I'm not a diabetic, but my heart and stuff was racing so much. So I said, ooh, that was too much. So certain foods, though, that we may deem healthy, are we overeating those, which could be contributing to our weight gain? In a sense, we're sabotaging our diet. Something else you all have heard me talk about is how much I love baked Cheetos. Well, I have been known to have a serving a little bit larger than what the Weight Watchers plan calls for. It calls for about 32. So you guys know I do not sit there and count on no Cheetos. You can have 32, but you know I'm not sitting there 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of eyeball it and put it, in a little napkin or whatever I'm gonna eat it in. But sometimes if I put too many, then I could be sabotaging myself because I thought I was only eating a serving of 1, but I'm actually eating a serving for 2. And I'm not pregnant, so I really only need to be eating a serving for 1. So one day I put them in a bowl and I was showing my friends. I said, hey guys, I'm about to eat my baked Cheetos and my little snack or whatever. We were talking about something. I think we were all talking about our snacks. And my friend was like, that looked like 2 servings, right? So when she said it, I said, I guess it does. So anyway, I accounted for that in my points that day. And I went ahead and put 2 servings. But again, could you be sabotaging yourself, eyeballing it instead of actually getting a cup and measuring it? I talked about that in a previous video where I did actually measure out something when I first started. And I was like, okay. So I saw the difference between measuring and then kind of eyeballing. So again, that's the way you could be sabotaging your diet, is by eyeballing it instead of actually measuring. It's just something to think about. Too much salad dressing, too much bacon bits and cheese. So I went somewhere and I had a salad. Confession is good for the soul, so I'm gonna start right here. I ordered this salad. It was a Caesar salad. It was so good. And I've been to this place before, so I love the extra toppings that they put on it. So I was like, can I get extra cheese, extra bacon, and extra salad dressing? And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about it, and I said, oh Lord, I'm actually adding more calories every time I ask for something extra, right? So the salad itself may be 0, but now I'm asking for extra cheese and extra bacon. So all of those things, every calorie does count. So we have to make sure what we're putting in our mouth. Again, are we sabotaging ourselves? So then I eat all these little extras, give me a little bit of extra this, extra that, and then the weigh day comes around and I'm like, I gained weight. What did I do? I sabotage myself, right? That was one way. So number 2 way that we could be sabotaging our own diet or messing our own selves up is just not getting enough rest. Not getting enough rest. I know during COVID, I would go to bed at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my day didn't start the next day sometimes till 1 o'clock. So when you go to sleep off hours like that on purpose, even if you work overnight shifts, sometimes your eating, your sleeping schedule can be thrown off. All of that affects your diet, but especially if you can control it. Now, if you're working, that's different. But you're just hanging out during the week, figuring, okay, I'll just get up when I get up. No, you need to get on a schedule. Most people need about 7 to 8 hours worth of sleep, and I'm of that category. If I don't get that 7 or 8 hours, I'm cranky. But not only mentally and emotionally am I cranky, but it's thrown off my eating habit, my pattern. So it's good if you can have a pattern of when you eat every day. Be it, starting in the morning, your first meal may not be till 8. Okay, well, try to do that consistently, because what happens is, in my case, when I was sleeping till you know, I didn't go to bed till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I don't wake up the next day till 1. Now I'm eating breakfast at 1 o'clock. Then at, 4 o'clock I'm eating lunch. Then 9 o'clock I'm eating dinner. And that weight is just packing on, So it's better to have an earlier routine. I'm not telling you when to eat, when to start, whatever. That's your personal decision. But I know for me, having a better routine. So when I go to bed a little bit earlier, now that we're out of, that free lifestyle that we were living during COVID, I'm more structured, just a little bit more. So I tend to go to bed around a decent hour, like 12 o'clock for me. And I try to get up by a decent hour. Again, for me, that looks like around that 7:30, 8 o'clock mark in the morning, and get my day started. So I find having a good night's rest helps me in my next day, even when it comes to my dieting, my working out, my mental health, so make sure you get 7 or 8 hours. So don't sabotage yourself by not getting enough rest. And don't think, I don't need that much sleep. A lot of times people will say that I only need 2 or 3 hours, girl, I'm good. No, you're not good, because it's going to manifest itself some kind of way. Either you're drinking extra coffee to stay awake. Maybe you need extra chocolate, you need those extra sweets, some sugar, something, but you're not getting everything you need when you don't properly allow your body to rest, okay? The next way you could be sabotaging your diet is you actually just forget what you have eaten. I know it's happened to me, and with Weight Watchers, we track what we eat. So we have a digital tracker on our phone. And I'm laughing because it's so easy to forget. You start out in the morning. If you try to wait till the end of the night and write down everything that you have eaten, you'll realize, I forgot to add, you see what I'm saying? So, and I've done that. Again, confession is good for the soul. So I try to write down everything I eat as I go along. For example, one day I was out and about, and a client of mine gave me a piece of cake, like a bread, and I tasted it, and it was like a nice square. So I needed to write that down, because if I didn't write it down then, I had to find something comparable to it on my Weight Watchers plan. But if I didn't write it down then, I would have forgotten. Then I also had about 5 pecans, so I counted that. So, you're just ripping and running as a parent, as a child, with all the responsibilities that we have going on, husbands, wives, whatever. And here again, we could be sabotaging ourselves if we don't keep account of what we're eating, because we're always on the go. So if you don't have some kind of accountability, if you're not doing Weight Watchers, no biggie, but find you some kind of meal tracking thing where you can write down what you had, or at least write it on a piece of paper, old fashioned, old school, whatever. But some kind of way you need to kind of keep an account, because that way next time you get on the scale, and if it's gone up, you can say, okay, I do remember that day I was snacking a lot. And snacking will really mess you up. Snacking. That's why I love the tracking part, because even though it was only 5 pecans, I wrote that down. So keep a track of what you're eating. Try to. What did I have for breakfast? What did I have for lunch? What did I have for snack? What did I have for dinner? When you're really aware of it, it will surprise you at the end of the day how much you have eaten and where did those calories come from. You went to the store, they had some free candy, and you decided to eat 4 or 5 pieces of it. You went to the restaurant, your kids didn't finish all their French fries, and you decided to eat the other, the rest of them. The next way you could be sabotaging your diet is thinking that all this exercising that you're doing is going to compensate for the food that's going in your mouth. And I have done that. Again, confession is good for the soul. I'll admit, sometimes I may do my elliptical, I may walk, and I say, okay, well, I ate that piece of cake, so this will compensate for that. Does it really? You know how many miles or minutes you have to walk to burn 1 calorie? A lot, right? So you think a whole slice of chocolate cake and you walk 5 minutes on the treadmill is going to balance itself out, and it doesn't. Take it from me, it does not. So that's another way you could be sabotaging yourself. So I want to always try to make sure that what I'm eating is just about what I really want to eat and what I need to be eating, and not figuring, okay, I'm going to compensate for it by working out. And I've done that many times, and I still do it as this video is being recorded. Last night I had 2 chicken wings, and I had already eaten a Jamaican patty and other things in my day where my points were already kind of high. I forgot what else I had eaten. I can't even tell you right now. That's why I said you got to track, but I just don't even remember. So anyway, I told my friend, I said, I gotta go walk 10 minutes to walk off these chicken wings. 10-minute walk ain't walking off no chicken wings. It was only 2, but they were from Publix, and they kind of deep double fry their stuff. Not double fry, double dip, and then fry it. So they're really good, like all that extra batter. But I wasn't turning down no chicken wings. I love some chicken. I wasn't turning down the chicken wings, y'all. I turned down the pop. They had some pop. They had some sweet tea. I was like, I don't want that, but I'm going to eat these chicken wings. So then I said, I got to go walk. But in reality, I sabotaged myself mentally. Now, not necessarily the scale, because I knew what I was eating. I wanted it and I did it, right? But I was saying mentally to play with myself and say, you know what? Well, you can walk it off. No, you can't walk off 2 chicken wings in 10 minutes. You can't walk off a piece of chocolate cake in 5 minutes. You cannot. So don't sabotage yourself mentally by thinking, oh, okay, I can do ABC and then overcompensate for it by doing a workout. It is what it is. If you ate the cake, you ate the cake. If you ate the chicken wings, you ate the chicken wings. And then when you do your workout, just do your workout accordingly for whatever you had planned to do. But don't sabotage thinking that the two will balance, because it won't. And you'll see it in the scale, it will not. Another way we could be sabotaging ourselves is allowing someone else, friends and family, to sabotage our diet for us. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes you might be out and about and you all out to dinner and it's like, girl, you should have that piece of cheesecake. No, treat yourself to that brownie. And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I'm fine. Now, I don't tell everybody what I'm doing unless they are watching my channel, my friends and family, that I'm doing Weight Watchers, because I just don't want it to be a topic of conversation. Every time we go out, everybody's wondering, what can Kim eat? Kim can't eat this. Kim can't eat that. Well, no, Kim can eat what she want to eat. Not to mention, sometimes I want to eat what I want to eat. But my point is, they may try to encourage you to be kind to yourself. You know, girl, you deserve that. Girl, you know, have that. But they may not know that yesterday I treated myself. So today I can't deserve nothing because I got to walk the straight and narrow. Or they may want to offer you extra food. It's only a little bit extra. It's just a little bit left. You know, I talked about this in another video. So no, don't allow other people to sabotage your diet. You get the right to choose. If you just don't want something, then you say no. If they just don't get it, I said no. You know, so you might have to be a little firm with people. Again, we're not trying to make enemies while we're dieting, but we don't want other people to sabotage. You've already decided, you're firm in your decision. I don't want ABC. I don't want that cake. I'm not eating ice cream tonight. No, thank you to the margarita. Whatever. And they're insistent, then you have to be equally insistent. Resistance means resistance or something like that. Don't quote me, but you know what I mean. If somebody push him, you got to push back. So, you know, don't let somebody else sabotage your diet. So hopefully some of these tips that I've talked about today will help you to see, are you sabotaging your diet? What are some things that you have done to sabotage your diet? Be honest. Let's share. Well, until next time, guys, this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. Bye.